Welcome, much to everybody's probably the rumors. The rumors are not true. I have not died. I have not disappeared. I have not stopped streaming. It has just been, it's been an absolutely insane time, and I just want to say I missed you guys. I'm sorry I haven't been here. Let's get started. Let's talk about what we're putting in today's build, though. So first and foremost, you might be saying, Robey, why not AMD? It's because this is what ASUS had available for BTF. So there are BTF AMD boards, but this is what they had. And so thank you so much to ASUS for giving us a BTF board for this build. That's why the build is $3,500, is because we wanted to make sure that we used a really, really nice MOBO in it. So we're going to be using ROG Maximus Z890 Hero BTF. And then, of course, with that, we're going to have to go top of the line because, you know, this board is expensive. We're going to be using the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K in this build specifically. Now, one of the things is that one thing I have learned, which is actually pretty super interesting, because a lot of people are like, hey, why would you buy Intel? Is there roles in which Intel makes sense? Yes, there are some places where Intel does make sense. One place that actually ends up being really good is specifically for sim rigs, specifically given the amount of AIO and stuff like that you need. That's been something that Intel's actually been pretty good with. Okay, for storage and RAM, we're using Kingston this time. We got the Kingston Fury 2TB Renegade NVMe SSD, and then we have 6,000 mega transfer, 6,000 mega transfer. I don't know why I didn't use 6,400, but 6,000 mega transfer, 6,000 mega transfer Intel RAM. I think I'm out of 6,400 mega transfer kit. They're all in other builds. So ideally you would use 6,400 mega transfer with this. So if you were gonna wanna mimic this build or potentially do a BTF build with Intel, specifically the Core Ultra, the 6,400 is definitely the better speed to go through. For cooling, we're checking out a brand new AIO. Our review for this comes out next week. This is the Be Quiet Silent Loop 3. So this is a new one. It's got a refillable reservoir. It's meant to be quiet. It's got a really cool new cold plate design with RGB and all that sort of stuff. So we're gonna be showing that off today. It's gonna be top mounting it. And when we get to the case stuff, we'll show you obviously all the new stuff with the Fractal North BTF. But hey, new AIO, so we got a couple new things showcasing on the show, brand new. Another thing that that's not new, that you guys see a lot of here, is the PSU. We're using the Tough Gaming 850 watt gold PSU. You guys know I have a tendency to do that just because of how easy it is to cable manage. On BTF, and we'll see if this case suffers in the same way, but on BTF, these kind of cables make a massive difference, more so than any other PSU, specifically because a lot of times, and again, we haven't seen it on this case yet specifically, but a lot of times when you look at these cases, the amount of room you have specifically and the ability to bend the cables ends up being huge. So I took a leap of faith, expecting to potentially use this. We'll find out if that ends up being the case with this particular case, but we'll find out from here. And then lastly, the GPU, also making its Robeytech debut. We got the ASUS TUF RTX 5080. I was going to use the Astral, but the Astral is in another build somewhere. So we haven't actually taken builds apart for a while, so yeah. This is all of the parts going inside of our beautiful black BTF Fractal North. Big MOBO, guys, big MOBO. Let's grab all our stuff we need here. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is a high-end build, especially when you're talking about a $700 motherboard. That's why it's like the parts, I was like, okay, well, we got to make sure we use like matching parts, you know? Oh, that is hefty too. Dude, this MOBO weighs so much. So heavy. Such a heavy it's such a heavy MOBO. Okay, so first and foremost, let's do our peels. There's a peel there. There feels like there's a massive peel. Oh, there is. There's a massive peel right there. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Then we have another one right here. There we go. There's that one. And then we need this one right here. Wow, this is like very stuck. What the? Wow, that is like stuck. It like left residue on there. That's interesting. Huh, hopefully that comes off. Oh, that's like really stuck on there. I've never actually seen that happen before. There we go. I think I got it, guys. Let's get our CPU in. Yeah, now it shines like it should, exactly. I want this thing to look good when it's done. Throw that down. Oop, that pops right out. There we go. Okay, now we get to do the easy SSD, NVMe SSD install, which is just pull down. That pops right off. There we go. So I'm gonna put this in, and then this is gonna slide over here. See, so it's actually not even using it, so I don't need to remove it. So that's how that goes in. Okay, here we go. Let's get this in. I swear we had QDIMs. I don't know what I did with them though. There we go. Okay, so this is the BTF version of the Fractal North. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. Okay, so then up here in the front, it gets way lighter when you take all this stuff off. You got those 3 great fans right there in the front. So up here on the top right is a little screw. We're gonna loosen that little screw here. There it goes. And it's gonna allow me to take this little front bit off. And then now we've got the case stripped. And this is where we get to have fun with BTF, guys. So as you can see, there is now way more space for all of the reverse connect motherboard stuff. The other thing too that they also did, which is actually pretty neat, is they actually have extensions back here ready to go for plugging in your fan stuff. They moved SSDs from, typically they were here because there's obviously a lot more space here. They moved them to the left-hand side. And then the other thing too is that because of that, there's actually less room in the back for a rear fan. So you could do a 120 millimeter rear fan if you wanted to. I wanted to check it without it because we're gonna do 3 exhaust and 3 intake. So I think it should still be fine. But you know, in terms of you now have that support for your rear connect motherboards and BTF. And check out the number of tie downs that they gave you. They gave you so many tie down locations, which I thought is actually really, really cool. Plus, I mean, you just have a lot to make sure it looks really nice. The other thing too that I will also say is now, you know, I was telling you guys why I chose the Tough PSU. Look at how much room you actually have here. So it won't be as much of a problem, but I will tell you, either that Aura, that Tough, the other one, Seasonic makes them with those really, really malleable cables, are gonna do wonders in terms of making sure that you can get, you have plenty of room for your back connect when you're connecting it up, because you'll just be able to bend the cables the right way. So I think that's gonna actually make a big difference. So even though it does look like they gave you a substantial amount of room, I would still recommend using something more malleable like the Asus Gold or the Tough Gold, the ROG Gold or the Tough Gold, because it's just gonna make your life a whole lot better for those rear connect cases like this. So, because one of the things that's unique about the Asus stuff specifically is just that you can see that they can do power delivery, so you can actually have a very clean. You don't need to run a cable for the GPU as well. Now we're using a standard GPU, so it won't be using that connector, which you have the option of on using with Asus BTF Mobo, so you don't have to do that, but it will make you guys are gonna see the build's actually gonna look very clean. Okay, let's get this installed. Okay, just going in and screwing all this stuff in now, guys, because I chose the right screws. That helps tremendously. Okay, guys, so we have everything, this is what the case is going to look like. Believe it or not, this is like all of the connections will be in the back. So this is what it's going to look like, minus obviously the AIO. The AIO does have some cables that will have to run to spots, and that's something that I actually really appreciate about the Asus BTF boards. Is they still do stick some front connectors, knowing that AIOs, etc., will be in there. But let's go ahead and connect our all of our front panel connectors to the PSU, or sorry, to the motherboard, and go from there. Ugh. Okay, so as you can see, this is what becomes so awesome about BTF, is that all of our connections are sitting here in the back. This is our front panel connection. Now, because this is a BTF, our front panel's on the back here, so we don't have to route it or anything like that. So we're gonna just take our front panel connection, which we have right here. I'll zoom in a bit. Front panel connection is gonna go right here in the back spot. There we go. For your USB 3.2 and your USB-C connection. So you actually have right angle here, and they're not in the right direction though. So it's okay. I kind of wish they went the other way, but it's still better because it's not going to cause an issue. So there's your right angle. You can see it through the case, which kind of bothers me. USB-C right here. There we go. That's nice. I have to say that's really nice. Really appreciate that. Having right angles for those, really, really cool. Next up, we have our HD audio cable, and that is going to go way down here in the bottom right-hand side. There we go. There's HD audio. Okay, what else we got here? We have a couple fan headers. I think, are these all, what's going on here? Okay, so we got all the fans are going up here. And then they have a single fan header for our cases, our case fans, which we can actually go ahead and throw. Let's just put it up here. Why not? Yeah, let's put it right here. Well, I'm gonna run it down here. No. Oh, look at this. You got two USB-C connectors. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. I'm trying to decide where I'm gonna run this cable. I kind of want to run it here. I think I'm gonna go run it here, because we're actually not going to run a rear fan. So we're going to run it here. And we still have 3 cables if we want to connect. Okay, so there's all of our cables. We're checking out a brand new AIO today. We're checking out the Be Quiet Silent Loop 3. So new AIO, new case, new MOBO, new GPU. Look at all this new tech previews that's coming out today. Okay, so here is our AIO here. Okay, and we do have to put the fans in. Get the fans mounted and stuff. Okay, so if I put this like this, I put this inside of the case. Oh, I want it like this, so this has got to go here. Okay. That was called spatial awareness testing right there, guys. Look at that. Looks good in here. It's all black. Okay, so now got everything we need to finish this AIO installation. Okay, so now go to top down here. There we go. Build looks nice and clean. There you go. Oopsie. I'm going to cover the entire IHS. There we go. I'm glad you guys like thermal paste art so much. Well, that is like hard to do from this angle. It's an interesting, like, I'm curious if like having just 2 points of, you know what I mean, like gives you enough pressure, you know, versus like having 4. Let's put our GPU in, guys. GPU time. And then like everything is looking nice and clean. Look at that. Okay, here we go. First thing, this is actually brand new. We haven't even opened this yet. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so the glue came out, but all good. Okay, so we got this now. And there is our GPU. There it is right there, guys. So this is a 3-slot, 2-slot. Now let's get this GPU inside of the, and there it is, guys. Stay tough. Very nice square GPU. There we go, just like that in like Flynn. That was a very easy installation. Okay, let's grab our PSU, and you'll see why I like these particular. So this is our 850 watt Asus TUF gaming PSU. Okay, so this is the PSU connection right here. There we go. This is our 24 pin. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna run both just because. You do not need the second one at all. I just, with BTF, it's easy, and I'm like, you know, it doesn't, you don't have to worry about showing the cable. But yeah, it's only for overclocking and and specifically high-end overclocking, not even like, you're talking about like liquid overclocking. And then I love this highly rated PSU cable. Okay, so there's all our cables. So drop it in. Oh, I forgot. This is not how this one works. This actually has a frame, so we gotta unscrew this. There we go. And there we go, guys. Build is finished. And there we go, guys. Go into side view. Let's go ahead and put our... And then there's the front. And there's the back. So first thing, let's get our front on. And I'll do the zip tie count, and then we'll... It'll cover up that front space, which I actually think will help the overall look there. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Power and power. Ooh, that's it. There is not a whole lot to light up there. And just let's get this stuff going. Let's actually do some testing now. Let's check out Cinebench first. See how our temps do. Oh, it dumped up right away. 7680. There we go. Fans are doing a good job blowing air through. 41,588. That's actually a really good score for a. That's a really good score for a 285K. That's like 1400 KS level. Sitting at 80, 7980. It's gonna like maybe get to 81. Even without that rear fan, it's doing a really good job. Those front fans, those Fractal fans are really good at just feeding air to this Be Quiet AIO. So the Be Quiet AIO is doing a good job of keeping the temps low. Okay, so that's that. Temps wise, we're doing good. Like I said, still sitting at 81. 8180, no problems, plenty of airflow, no issues whatsoever with this case, even in the BTF, or as they're calling it, rear connect, RC connection. Huge thank you for everybody coming back. We'll see you guys later, and we'll get you guys back here pretty soon. See you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys.